Okay. Well, hello, and welcome to today's midday contemplation. And as we get settled here, I'll invite you to, as always, when we join in here, just to take the opportunity to get settled, to find a comfortable seat, or if you're listening from somewhere where you can't just kind of settle in, you can still kind of evoke a sense of being relaxed, to being at ease by following the steps, but with your eyes open. Because often I'll ask you to get comfortable in your seat and to close your eyes, take a few breaths. But the truth is we can do this from anywhere that we happen to be, whether it's in this perfectly ideal situation of quiet and a closed room all to yourself and a comfortable chair or something to settle the body into. The truth is that if we wait or confine our time to those situations or times that are perfectly ideal, set up in all the ways that we would have in our mind as picture perfect, then we can be waiting a long time and we can miss opportunities. So wherever you are today and however it is that you are happen to join me here, whether it be in our weekly Monday midday meditation, or perhaps you found me on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, and this video is meeting you at a place where you'd like to listen, you'd like to join in, but you're worried that the circumstances are not perfectly ideal. But guess what? If you found me here, no matter what you're doing, the circumstances are exactly ideal. This is finding you and meeting you in a place where it is meant to today. So I'm thrilled that you are here. And as you find yourself settling in whatever situation that happens to be, and just take a few nice full breaths. We can do that anywhere. Big inhale, maybe through the nose. Exhale, if you want, through the mouth. Add that little bit of extra settling, release when we exhale through the mouth. All right. So welcome once again. And, what I've been thinking of sharing today is something that's been arising for me lately as well. It's I'm talking a lot about, I always talk about the time of year, because the time of year greatly impacts how things are for us within ourselves, our mind and our body. But this time of year, and we have not only the changing season, but we have a major holiday season that we are preparing for. It is mere days away. In fact, as I look at the calendar and as I celebrate Christmas, we've got 10 days to the big day. And we've got a mere 21 days before the end of our calendar year. And so while each season brings about its opportunities and its differences and kind of key themes, the theme around this time of year can be quite a bit amplified because of the holiday season, because of the wrapping up of one year and welcoming in of another. There's a lot going on in our physical space, in the space around us, and there can be a lot going on within. And one of the things that I think happens this time of year, in and amongst all of the holiday merrymaking and getting ready and all of the wonderful things, is there's often this time of year as well a bit of a reflection or preparing for moving forward. And in the middle of all of the activity, we can have this kind of running theme in the background of, here's what I got done this year, here's what I didn't get done this year, here's what I'm going to do next year, here's how next year is going to be different or better, or here are my new goals. And so this can all be kind of running around, moving through the background of our thoughts, guiding our moods, our moments of inspiration, our feelings of contentment with ourselves, with those things around us, with the people around us. Sometimes this manifests, and often, in the line of work that I do, I see this happening often, is that it's a time when we're busy, and so this kind of self-reflection, or this time for checking in, or the time for self-care. I'm not sure I love that term because I think it's overused. But this time of kind of being centered and coming into yourself so that you can listen for your inner wisdom to arise, which is what we do here every week. But often we put all of that aside because, well, for several reasons, but because we're busy. But I think often what happens is that we feel some sort of either satisfaction with it. I did great up until this point, and I'm going to coast and then the new year, continue. Or a feeling of dissatisfaction or a desire for something to be different with all of that self-care, wellness. And January 1st, maybe January 2nd, is going to be the day when I have my do-over, or I'm going to get all the things done. And so what happens with all of this kind of mindset is that in December, we let go of it and we coast, or we let it ride until the new year. We rest on our laurels, or we rest in our discontentment and make a plan for January, because there's too much on the go right now. There's too much to do. So I want you to, just as you are kind of coming into yourself, let that contemplation kind of resonate with you. And it's not to get something too stuck on. This is not a self-assessment. We don't need to journal after this. We don't need to create a new action plan or goal out of it necessarily. But it's just a little time to consider that insight and how that may be showing up for you. And there's no right or wrong answer. You can come to the conclusion that you sit in either camp, right? You've done great all year, and you are resting on the momentum of that into the new year. Or you might feel that that there's room for improvement or change. There's no time to get to that now, but it's on your list of next year's things to do, your goals. And then the middle path is that one where you are steadying on. So, feeling how that feels in your body, those three kind of contemplations, or those three scenarios or possibilities of the contemplation. And allowing maybe that first inclination or that first word or that first thought that arises out of it to come up for you. Is there any truth to the statements for you? Is it something that maybe is surfacing as a new awareness because you've been too busy to notice? Maybe it's a reminder. And we're going to let it surface, come to the top, bubble up, if you will, without judging it or judging yourself. Right? This is the beauty of taking these moments, these opportunities to break the momentum of activity, break the momentum of intake through the senses, which is what we do here. To allow for these insights or this wisdom to bubble up without it being a moment or time of self-recrimination. Or even, congratulating yourself. It's just a moment in time, a snapshot, a slice on the timeline for you to check in. What new insight or wisdom is being shared? These are the moments of clarity. Clarity doesn't exist at the end of a to-do list. Clarity doesn't even always exist at the big celebration of the achievement of a goal. Clarity is what exists with this moment by moment awareness. Where have you been putting things aside? Where have you been waiting and projecting into the future? And where have you been present? And the more we practice these little breaks, these moments of clarity, the more often you'll find that you're moving from the present aware of what's needed in the present, and taking action from that point. As we practice, we deepen our discernment because we are connected to clarity. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, but that is the path where we have greater ease, we are more calm, and we can experience the joy. And what a better time of year to experience joy than this holiday season, whatever that is for you. And so as we wrap up today's Monday midday meditation or meditation moment together, I invite you to linger here, like I always do. Linger here, spend a few more moments just connecting with that inner wisdom, intuition, your inner guide. And let that inner guide show you what's needed now. The self-care, the thing you're putting off till January, the thing you're coasting on because you've done great so far, so you're taking a break. If any of that resonates with you, I invite you to take action from there today. And until we meet again next time, thank you so much for joining. Namaste.